I'm going to be starting a business from scratch, and I'm going to teach you along the way of how an accountant would set up this business for success. Hello everyone, my name is Ethan Rooshock and I'm starting a business from scratch, and I want to take you along that journey. It's something I've always wanted to do on this channel, is give you the practical steps on how you'd actually set up a business from success and what you'd want to get out of it and how to make that as simple as possible so you can focus on actually running the business. So to do this, I'm going into the industry of reselling, selling things online. So I'm going to be selling some of my own stuff. As you'll see here, I've got a whole range of DVDs that I've got that I wanted to go through. I've got some video games, etc. I'll be going out to some op shops and garage sales to try and find some extra stuff to sell. But the main focus is on showing you how to set up a business. So we're going to be talking about structuring, we're going to be talking about record keeping, and just some of those daily ins and outs of running an actual business. So the focus on this for me isn't to turn a profit or anything like that. I'm not going to be spending 20, 30 hours a week on this. This is more something I'm going to do on the side, and more so that I can do as a project for this YouTube channel. So this is all about showing you how to set up a business in the most simplest way, but still achieve all the goals you need to achieve. So we need to make sure we've got a system so that we can get our tax return done, so we can understand our numbers to make business decisions, and so that we can actually run a successful business. Like, what software do we need? Do we need to have certain levels of stock, etc.? And that's why I thought selling stuff is a great industry to look at, because there's so many things that go into it. So we can talk about stock levels, we can talk about profit margins, we can talk about packaging supplies, we can talk about setting up an eBay store, all those different things that I think will be really educational for you guys and a lot of fun for me. So there's probably going to be three main areas that I do focus on as we go. So to start with, it's going to be a lot about the setup. So I'm going to be doing a video on structuring, how to select the right structure for your business. No matter how big or small, is it a hobby, is it a business, all that. So I'm going to definitely do some topics on that. I'm going to talk about some of the setup costs and talk about some of the actual setup decisions you make. And that will lead into the second main topic, which will be record keeping. So a key focus of mine during this series is going to be about record keeping and, should you be using spreadsheets or should you be using some kind of software? And then actually going through the practical steps of setting those things up. So I'm building a pretty cool spreadsheet, I think, so to be able to show you the option of using full spreadsheet. So spreadsheet to track your income, expenses, and stock levels. And I'm also going to be going through Xero and showing you how you set up a Xero file and using Xero with a combination of a spreadsheet to track everything. I'm really excited for this part because I want to show you there's multiple ways to do things. So I'm actually going to be doubling up and running this spreadsheet to track my income expenses. And I'm also going to be tracking them through Xero. And I want to show you how simple it can be and how it might take you 5 minutes a day, and that's it. So that's one of the things that I want to do as a part of this series, is show you the simplest way to do things, but still achieving all the key goals that you would need to do within a business. And then of course there will be some reselling content. So I do want to show people how easy it is to go around your house, find stuff and list it on eBay. Whether it sells or not, that's a whole other story, but at least showing you that it is very simple to list things on eBay. I actually did a few listings this morning. I listed 5 items and it literally took me probably 5 to 10 minutes from start to scratch. And that included entering into my spreadsheet. So it's very simple to do these things, but I want to show you some of the key decision makings that I'll make, like how do we set up a postage account, or what's some little ins and outs to make this business run more efficiently. The whole goal with this series is to show you guys what goes into actually starting a business from an accountant's point of view. So I see a lot of clients getting really confused by the numbers and by tax and actually running a business. So I want to show you the basics of, hey, what can you do to make this super simple? I know I keep mentioning this, but I want to make this super simple, but still be able to go, hey, at the end of the year, I can either go to an accountant, give them my numbers and they can do the return, or if you're doing your own return, you've got a really simple system to be able to do it. Now, the other reason why I'm doing this in the reselling, selling online thing is I used to do this. I used to run a small business. You'll probably see in my backdrop here that I've got some pop vinyls, and some of them are left over from when I run a business. So I run a business called I'm Back Collectibles, and I sold stuff online. And the reason I actually did this, it was never to turn a profit. I don't think I even did turn a profit over the few years I was doing it, because my main goal was to learn business, because I knew I wanted to be a small business accountant. I was already working as that, but I wanted to learn it even further from a business owner's point of view. And that's one of my key things when I deal with clients, is I know these things because I've actually run businesses before. So I know the ins and outs of what goes into record keeping, how much time you've actually got for that, what goes into actually running a business, and can actually have those conversations with clients about the actual reality of being a business owner, not just from this top sective that doesn't know the realism of it. Now, one thing I need from you guys though is I need you to drop comments down below or send me messages about what kind of things you want me to cover. Because the whole point is this is an accountant setting up a business. And what I want to be able to cover is what you guys want to know is what is actually important. Because a lot of you don't really know what the accountant needs at the end. But I want to be able to cover those topics. So if there's ever something you're not sure about, whether it's stock, how to run reports in Xero, do you need a spreadsheet, what do you do with receipts? Ask those questions down below so I can actually give you a real life version of how I would do that for this business. So, if you want to go, how are you going to keep track of your receipts? Then I can go, hey, this is how I'm doing it. This is another method you could do. And you can actually see it with real data, real receipts on how someone would actually do it. I'm really looking forward to this series. It's been all I'm thinking about for a few days now. So I can't wait to bring it to you. And like I said, drop a comment down below. What is the first couple topics you want me to cover? And I can't wait to continue this journey with you guys. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again on the next video.